What is going on, everybody? I love how I've been doing my little usual pre-stream dealio for the last couple of minutes, and then I noticed my mic was off, and then as soon as I turned it on and actually realized and started talking, I had to sneeze again. So that was beautiful. So what's going on, everybody? It's Q from Retro Q Game, and we are back in effect with our final stream for the night, our second last stream for E3 in general. This one is the Sony PlayStation 2018 E3 conference. The next one will be the last one, which will be the Nintendo conference at some point tomorrow. But as it is, this is the big one for most people. The EA conference has already happened. It was a bust. The Bethesda conference has already happened. It was decent. There was some good stuff in there, mainly Fallout 76 as well. That obviously is the big one, as well as an announcement of... Oh, no, the music is quiet now. As well as the announcement that Elder Scrolls 6 is in development. Granted, it's probably several years away. Starfield, and a new Doom, and a new Wolfenstein. So that's decent within itself. I hear the Ubisoft one was proper dirt, which, as you'd expect, Ubisoft is a trash company that makes trash products and trash games, so that makes perfect sense. What else have we had? We've had the Microsoft one, which was hit or miss, because it's had some okay third-party reveals, but they can happen anywhere at any time, so that really can't be credited to Microsoft. They had some decent stuff from the first-party side of it. We've got stuff like the Cuphead DLC, I was going to say Fallout Tactics, Gears of War Tactics, or Gears Tactics, Gears of War 5, Halo Infinite, and for some reason, still no sign of Halo 5 Guardians on PC, despite a potential early leak I found earlier today. So Nintendo being the only one tomorrow remaining, which is largely irrelevant to most people outside of first-party Nintendo games. We only really have the Sony one. Sony is obviously killing it this console generation. They are the market leader by a massive margin. They have over double the amounts of sales of the next best selling console. And everyone wants to launch their stuff at the Sony PlayStation conference. So what are we most likely going to see here? First off, we're probably going to see a strong presence of first-party titles. We're going to see stuff along the lines of, well, let's say first-party and PS4 exclusive titles, because we're going to see stuff along the lines of, I was going to say Crackdown, Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, Ghosts of Tsushima, I know there's more of them, Spider-Man. There's a couple more off the top of my head. Days Gone. There's a couple more off the top of my head that I can't even think of right now. But we might see all new stuff from both first and third parties. So it's going to be good. It's going to be curious. I do think we'll also see a lot of third party announcements here that we won't have seen everywhere else. Naturally, everyone wants to see this show. This is probably going to have the biggest watch rate there is, and I would imagine everyone wants to capitalize on that. So there's all sorts of rumors out there as it stands at the moment for third-party reveals and whatnot, or third-party footage that may or may not be shown. I'm not really going to talk about too many of them because, well, almost every prediction and almost every leak that's happened in the prior run-up to E3 this year has been wrong. There have been a handful of them been right, but you're looking at under 10%. Hell, you're probably looking at under 5%. So I do think we will see a bunch of that new stuff. I'm going to stick away from the rumored stuff like, say, what was it, Metal Gear Solid 3 full remake. I'm going to stick away from things like that. And what do I think we could possibly see here? And what do I hope we possibly see here from a third-party reveal side of it? Well, the big ones for me, off the top of my head, are the Resident Evil 2 remake, something we have never properly seen before. We know it's in development, it's been announced to be in development as well, and we haven't seen anything from it in a couple of years, like at all, short of a logo screen and them telling us it's in development. This would be a perfect time to show this off, at least even if it's a little bit early. But it's just been so long that we need to see something. There's rumors of not Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell. Don't care. Ubisoft is a dirt company. You think they would have shown it off at their own press conference earlier tonight, but who knows. What else? Now, there are some other stuff. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I do think we will probably see some more footage for the Final Fantasy VII Remake here tonight at this conference. I hope so anyway. The Square Enix conference earlier on today was a complete letdown and a complete disappointment. So, we'll see how it goes. I had one more in my head a moment ago, but I've completely gone blank on it. There was... Oh, okay, now I remember the other one. And finally, as a third-party, first-time world premiere announcement, I would like to see Borderlands 3. Now, could it happen? Maybe, maybe not. But I would love to see Borderlands 3 showing off. Obviously, it would be a multi-platform title with PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Oh, here we go. We're straight into it. I noticed there was something there a second ago that said, like, performance captured on a PC or whatever, as well as PS4 or something like that, but we're going straight into it. They just turned it straight up. What are we opening with? Oh, it's their conference. But the big thing I want is the release date of The Last of Us 2. Turn this up just a little bit. What up, Paul? Welcome, welcome. You got here at a perfect time. I saw that all over Twitter right before I started. All the YouTubers who live streamed the Ubisoft one have a 90-day live stream revoke. Now, I do think it'll be cleaned up, and I think that's just an automatic deal, but why is anyone surprised? Ubisoft are a garbage company, and why has everyone just suddenly forgot that they're a fucking terrible company? Okay, so this isn't something actually going. This is still their little pre-stream. Not too worried about the pre-stream side of it, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We've already covered our third-party reveals that I hope for. We've covered a lot of the first-party stuff, and of course they'll probably have new spoilers that we don't know anything about just yet. I say spoilers, new announcements that we don't know anything about just yet. This is obviously a playroom style stuff. I'm still raging I missed what they had at the very start of the video. It said something about performance capture on a PS4 Pro, PS4 and PC or something. I noticed PS4 Pro, PS4 and PC all in the thing. And maybe it was sometimes PS4 and PS4 Pro equivalent hardware in a PC, which, you know, is never really the same thing. Anyway, it's 2 o'clock officially. If they start on time, we should be starting any time within the next 60 seconds. Why is my quality dipping off HD? 360p? No, we are watching this in 1440p, my boy. Because of course we are. Was the PC stream to my discerning satisfaction? Well, Paul, I am actually a bit devastated that it's not. Since we haven't started up this conference just yet, I can show you this. This is something I found earlier today on the official PlayStation the official Microsoft website. Look at that. This is screen capped by me directly from the Xbox Halo 5 Guardians page, exclusively on Xbox One and Windows 10. I took that picture about 7 hours ago. That has since been changed, but there was no announcement at the PC gaming show, which completely disappointed me. I was so hyped for that for a few hours. Here we go. It looks like we're starting. Graphic materials, not suitable for all ages. And it looks like we're good to go on an actual start. So what are they going to start with? Conference?
Welcome, Sean Layden.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's the actual conference. Sean Layden sucks, by the way. So many of the PlayStation execs suck.
Good evening, everyone, and
especially
welcome.
Him.
And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church.
I was going to say, what is wrong with our audio?
This fulfills your obligation for the coming Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out. It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under this single tent. And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman,
this is probably a Last of Us 2 reference, or Last of Us 2 setup.
It doesn't end that way. but no, again,
if you remember the reveal trailer.
And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year. You know, we look at what the stories have we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas.
Well, that's only if you believe in that kind of stuff.
So tonight, we're going to have, rather than a bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way.
Oh, this
so you
is...
can learn about what's going on with these games.
This is what a lot of people were afraid of.
You know, what we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do.
Yeah, a lot of people were worried about something like this, that Sony wouldn't announce any new games or very few new games, and really just double down on what they have at the moment.
This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your minds. And tonight, we're beginning here in this tent, this church tent we've created here in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage, introduce to you, Gustavo Santaolalla.
Yes, Last of Us 2. Because this is the composer. He scored the first game. So naturally he's going to score the second one. This will be a copyright claim right here. My Last of Us playthrough got a couple of copyright claims because of his songs. Most of my competition are streaming from Twitch. It's not gonna make a difference to me. When I make comments and jokes and all about the content claims and all that stuff, it doesn't bother me because I don't do this for money. I don't turn on ads or anything, so it's not gonna mute the video on demand. It might put an ad or two on it, but I don't get anything from it, and I would rather leave the video up with an ad or two on it just for the experience. Does that classify as a banjo? I'm sure it's probably some type of fancy guitar that I'm not culturally aware of, despite being a man of high breeding myself. You know how it is. Man of eclectic tastes. This is the big game for me at this conference. There might be some others that we see from like third-party reveals and stuff, but this is the big one for me. A Deliverance banjo. Ding 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 ding. You really should pick up and finish The Last of Us. Obviously pick up the remastered PS4 version. and play that one. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's funny, the first time I played it I didn't like it, and then I went back 6 months later. Well, this is obviously on the PS3. 6 months later and played it again, and I was like, whoa, this is fantastic. Why did I hate this game the first time? Shh, here we go. Oh, so that's why they designed the room this way. We all know from what we've seen about The Last of Us 2 that the whole church and faith thing is a big deal. It's a little bit played out in post-apocalyptic stuff, but we'll allow it because the gameplay will probably be good. Oh, hey, Glenn.
Tell me about it.
Your old man really laid into me today.
What happened?
Another big lecture about my patrols. Don't go here, don't go there. It's funny how involved he gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
That's not the other chick from the demo, is it? No.
It's 2 weeks.
She was jacked, so.
Not gonna happen. She, say something, dude?
Make it 1 week. Ellie!
Make it.
Hey! What took you so long? Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
Eden?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir.
Such a dick. Come on.
Gosh, she's eating
You
Phil.
start with me. Okay, I have a very serious question for you. How bad do I smell?
You stink. Sweat all over the place.
Like
It's on me.
a hot pile of garbage? Oh,
Rough.
okay.
Oh, nasty.
How about that? Gross. You love it. Every guy in this room is staring at you right now.
Give him something to look at? No? Make it obvious?
Maybe they're staring at you.
No.
Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
It was pretty obvious this was going to happen. Several hours later.
Fucker.
What's going to kill me about this game is I'm 99% sure it's going to be 30 frames per second even on a PS4 Pro. I mean, it looks great, even on a stream like this. I can't wait to play it. The release date is the big thing. I see they still kept their compartmentalized areas. Oh, you can go prone. Or I wonder if that's just part of the story.
Spread out.
That's a big ass weapon he had. It was like a pickaxe or hammer or something. It looked like you could use different types of arrows there. Maybe there's like poison tipped arrows or something, or arrows that fly a further distance. Explosive arrows, maybe. But whatever she picked up, she can actually stop and craft something. Look at the circle in between her health. I'm not sure if that's her visibility icon or her noise icon, or but it's moving depending on what she's doing. Or maybe it's like alertness or something. Oh, broke off in his face. Can't wait for this game. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, it looks like that's her detection.
Watch yourself.
Like she got away from them. She's in the long grass, crouched down, and look at the size of her circle now. It's much smaller, basically undetected. Yeah, I think prone is now an actual gameplay mechanic.
Wolf, she came through here. Damn it. Double back. Go.
She's gonna come over and check the car. Gonna have to shoot her in the face. Oh, that's rough. Go on, Eddie, get him.
Eat this!
She's gonna escape. Get her with the bow and arrow. Oh, that's cool. It's a bit more dynamic. And I wonder what the whole R1 thing at the bottom is. Is it like stab someone with the arrow or something? We'll probably find out now. Oh no, it's because she had an arrow stuck in her. Okay. That's like a whole Metal Gear Solid 3 style deal. With healing wounds and whatnot. And she still has a machete. So how's she gonna get around this? It looks like it's more open when you see the skylight up there. It might leave more gameplay mechanics open, like stealth takedowns from above and whatnot. Oh, more people coming in. She needs to get a bow and silently take down this big guy. Arrow to the head. Oh, she only had the one. Explosive arrows. Here we go. This is what I was thinking. Let them all get close together. Oh, he exploded like a motherfucker. Talk about going to pieces. Right track class. Come on, Eddie, you can do it. Machete to the neck. That's not gonna do much. Right in the head, right in the head. Get him. You're doing it wrong, Ellie. Oh, then again, she doesn't need to waste the arrow. Surprised his head didn't go flying. Should be back at the dance. Yeah. So maybe that's what happened earlier that day or something.
See, I told you. He should be terrified.
No focus on Joel at all. They mention him once. That dude, the Asian dude at the start, mentioned him once. Your old man. Where's the release date? Come on, I need some release date action. I was afraid they might do this. I was afraid they might show it off at the start and talk about it at the start and then wait till the very, very end and close
That was
up with the
a
release
new
date.
look at The Last of Us Part 2. We're here live in Los Angeles at the PlayStation E3 showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later.
They're spreading
and I am joined by my good friend,
okay.
Ryan Clements.
Hello, Mr. Schumann.
How are you?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be here at the PlayStation
So
Showcase.
they're gonna,
and it's going to be
because
a huge
they had
night
it
for
for
Worldwide
the-
Studios a little
the
later
Last
when
of
the
Us
showcase
2
resumes.
in the-
and
in
what
the
better
church.
guest to have
Are they
for
gonna have
joining us about
separate
Worldwide
Last of Us
Studios
2
than the chairman of Worldwide
the
Studios,
next
Mr.
scene?
Sean Layden. Hello,
guys.
Like, is it
sir.
gonna be a
Yeah, good to
different
be here.
area,
I thought
or
you
is
were
it
just
gonna
on
be a
stage.
different
How did you get
game?
up here so fast?
We've created this pneumatic tube that I was dropped into
You
and
flung
shot
right-
right across to the studio here.
Right
Yes.
over here.
So
Well, it's good to have
let's
you.
see.
Well, it's great to
If
be
that's the
here.
case, what
and I
else
think that was
could
a
they
very,
have? We
very
have Spider-Man.
powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's
We
right. There's much more to
have
come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2
Ghost of
just for a moment.
Tsushima.
You know, as
Oh, hang
chairman
on.
of Worldwide
They're gonna
Studios, you
talk
work
about
very
Last of Us.
closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to developing this game?
Where's the release date?
Where's their head at? I mean, they are everywhere. They're looking at what can do in the next iteration of the Last of Us series, and I think what we saw tonight, I mean, that piece of content was so impactful. I mean, the whole relationship between Ellie and Dina going into the combat sequence really shows that they're pulling out all the stops over at Naughty Dog, and they're going to have a very broad and ranging game that's not going to make you only work at it as a player, but you're going to have to just think as a person what you're coming up against.
And I can't wait to see more of that. And that was first gameplay we saw there of The Last of Us Part 2, looking obviously incredible. And speaking of incredible, I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Horizon, you had God of War, which needs no introduction, and Detroit Become Human. I mean, what is the secret, and what are you doing over there at Worldwide Studios? What's going on there?
There's
The rule of the road
supposedly
is do no harm, right?
Blue Point Games
Right.
remake
A lot of ways,
again.
my job is just to move the boulders out of the road,
Which is gonna
to
be
make sure
good.
that creative talent can get where they need to go. You know, provide backup, provide scope. You know, provide generalized, you know, advice about where we can take this as an industry and as a gaming culture. But honestly, we've got 13 studios worldwide.
I've seen this first.
We try to give them as much creative control as possible.
You know,
and just help
Paul,
support
if,
them through to their vision.
if it
That's
wasn't
kind of what we've been trying to
2:20
do
in the
here
morning,
the
I'd be
last,
running down
dozen years or so
right
with
now
Worldwide
just to
Studios.
get one.
And I think right now, certainly in the PS4
Because
era,
you
you're
know,
seeing a lot
there's
of that
so many
coming into
games that
play
will
right
work
now.
on that.
That's great to
that
hear
look
that.
Anywhere
And
near as good
you know, I
as,
mean, speaking
as
about
this.
making fans happy, I mean, I think there's a question that I've been getting a whole lot, and it has to do with God of War. You know, it's a celebrated game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention was, you know, I get a lot of tweets about New Game Plus. You know, is this something that you and Santa Monica Studio are evaluating for God of War?
You know, it's crazy. With the advent of social media, we get a lot of real-time feedback from the fans and the community, and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here or not talk about at all. But it's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop. And I'm happy to say today that the teams are working on it, and we should have some more updates on that. We'll put that through the blog, but it's going to happen.
All right.
Definitely.
As someone who miraculously finished God of War with a 2-year-old at home, that makes me very happy. I will somehow find more time.
But okay.
I will find time to get. He wasn't watching.
Okay, thank God.
I want to confirm that.
Kids don't try this at home.
Asleep. But yeah, thank you so much, Sean. And it's great to hear that you and the amazing team at Santa Monica Studio are making that happen.
Hey, if we can create functionality and features that allow people to spend more time in the worlds we build,
do you mean
that's by
drop
definition
on
a good
PS4?
Fantastic. So New Game Plus that is confirmed. That is coming to God of
Yep.
War. We'll have full details on PlayStation Blog shortly. We have a lot more to talk about too.
And actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the 4 main games that we would be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Well, you know, every year we try to let the stories we have to tell design the experience we're going to create. And this year we felt that what we really want to do is take people on a journey deep into the content, deep into the 4 big pillar games that we're working on right now. And get them to see a bit more about the stories you're trying to tell and the way it's going to be expressed and what they get out of it. It's a really wide range of titles there. Anything from The Last of Us 2, which you just saw right now, through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting to have some big flashy new idea come out or some big surprise come out. Come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside of the game.
I can understand.
Wonderful. And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games in the showcase later tonight. Do you have any personal games that you're most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think the teams are really crushing it right across the board.
Fair enough.
But one thing I would say is there's one of the games that we're having out today that will be playable in 3 months. And available in the stores, and that's our favorite web slinger.
Of course.
Spider-Man. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, and I think the folks at home should be happy with what they're going to get.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean.
I don't think
thank you so much for dropping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
Great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station.
All right, please do.
And
wear the helmet. We do have a lot more in store coming up in just a few minutes as the E3 showcase continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Okay, so we're going to see third-party stuff and all between the actual shows, between the actual showcases, which I'm fine with too. Oh, I saw remastered there for a second. They're just remastering existing levels. So far ahead when I take the foot out of it. Well, why stop there? You know, why stop at 90 million sales or 80 million sales, whatever it is, when you could push for 100? Sony are a business, you know. They're in it to make money. That's why I never understand fanboys. I mean, all you need to do is just play whatever on whatever platform.
Get immediate access to Back in Black maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 only when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Wait a minute, they're Black Ops 3
Welcome
maps.
back. We are having the PlayStation E3 showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here, but we've got some good stuff to talk about. And we've got some good friends as well.
Yeah.
Meredith Molinari and Ramon Russell. Welcome.
What's happening?
Thankfully, there's no Dancing Panda, Paul.
It's good to be back.
Well, Dancing Panda's apparently
right before the showcase.
Get your live stream revoked for
So I say
90
we
days.
keep this moving here. And when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that a bunch of remastered maps for Black Ops 1 and
Sorry
Black
about
Ops
that. I
2
completely
are
forgot I
making their
turned
way
the
to Call of Duty
volume
Black
up
Ops 4
during The
this
Last of
October
Us,
on launch
and I
day.
forgot to turn it back
But
down.
what we just learned here is that those maps, those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops 3 as well for those who pre-order Black Ops 4 on PlayStation Store.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
was
pretty
surprised
awesome.
that
What
the
if
Black
I
Ops
don't own Call of Duty
maps
Black Ops 3?
Well, that's where it gets a little
We're
more
coming
interesting, my
to
friend.
Black Ops 3
So
instead of Black
tonight,
Ops 4, but
we are
apparently they're
actually
coming to
doing a
both.
surprise PlayStation Plus game drop, and that is going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
Yeah,
oh wow,
awesome.
that's
yeah,
actually
nice.
kind of impressive. I'm very surprised
not
about
only
that.
Do we get to share awesome news with
I'm not
our,
a big fan
audience,
of the
but PlayStation
games
Plus
with gold and PlayStation Plus and whatnot,
tasty treat.
but
Little
a big game like that coming to it is a big win for people who use the service.
You know, we've been sharing a lot of good news. We got to share 5 really cool announcements last week when we did our countdown, kind of ramping up for tonight's big showcase.
Oh, I remember that. Those 5 announcements. I think 4 of them were like dirt.
That was 5 game reveals
Tetris,
and updates over a span of 5 days.
Something
a lot
good.
of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back.
3 other things that were crap. Here we go. He'll cover them. He'll remind me. And PC users are perfect. Mac users aren't real computer users, Paul. Come on. No, there's a like I said, there's several reasons for that. One, you know, I wanted to see The Last of Us. I wanted to experience it properly, and I'm using new software. Oh, this is Days Gone. That was the other one. While I'm not really interested at the moment in Days Gone, that could change. But I am very happy to see how it's progressing. When they showed it off first, and then the second year they showed it off, it looked like a really crappy, low quality, low texture, low graphic, low visual, low everything indie game. That looks good though. Twin Mirror. That's a donut game. That looks good. But with the newest thing for Days Gone that they showed fairly recently, like a couple of days ago, it actually looks like a proper, high quality game now.
Really?
Not just a crappy indie thing. Got lightsaber battle. It's like a rhythm game. Beat Saber. Speaking of Mac users, they're getting even more screwed on gaming.
Welcome back.
But
just
whoever uses a Mac for gaming should be shot anyway.
Showcase. I mean, when I say a few minutes, I mean
because Apple are winding down support for
Let's keep moving here.
OpenGL.
There was a lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we could see the crowd is seated. The people are about ready to go. This show's about to continue.
So this one looks like it's going to be Days Gone.
Yeah, it was great to see the countdown stuff, but I do think that there's like maybe one more thing we can sneak in there before we cut away to the showcase.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in. Okay, so this next franchise boasts a huge loyal community of nearly 6 billion hours. Incredible stat.
Yeah, they play that so much.
A lot.
They do. And we're going to take a first look at the next chapter right now.
Borderlands. Come on, Borderlands. I think it's Destiny. Fuck Destiny. No one gives a shit about this game. It's terrible.
A lonesome star in a bitter sky.
This must be the new expansion that's also going to be laughable, where Bungie say the same thing and are saying, oh, we learned from all our mistakes in Destiny Year 1, in Destiny Year 2, in Destiny Year 3, and Destiny 2, and we've learned from all that, and we're going to fix it. No. The game is a joke, the mechanics are terrible, the PC version has exposed just how bad everything about it actually is, and how consoleized the entire experience is. Fuck this franchise 6 ways from Sunday. I legitimately hate it as one of the worst things ever to happen in gaming. If you want to play Destiny but fun and good and have actual content, go play Borderlands 2. It's better in every way.
Why can't I leave well enough alone and go to the light?
Not actual gameplay footage. Of course it's not. It was a CG trailer.
Yeah, that was a powerful new look at Destiny 2. Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one. And
yeah, it looks
really good.
There's a lot
it's
of buzz
still
about
30
that
frames per second on PS4 Pro.
And guess what? If you're at E3, you can play it at our booth.
Not too bad.
But
not too bad.
There's barely any time because we're about to get to the showcase.
That's right. We are really seconds away
I
when
played
it comes
the
down to
beta
it from the rest
of Destiny
PlayStation
2 on
E3
PC
showcase.
simply because
Thank you so
I
much
wanted
for
to laugh
watching.
at the
We've got a lot
console
more in
versions.
store tonight.
And I was getting 120 frames per second.
For now,
it's glorious.
I think it's almost time.
I think it's almost time. Should we get to it?
I think why keep people waiting? Let's get to it. We have so much more to cover.
Okay. Got a lot more in store. So let's check it out live right now.
So what's this one going to be? It's the open field. It's probably Death Stranding. Or Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, it's probably Ghost of Tsushima with this style stuff. How do I feel about it? Well, I don't know if you caught it there, Paul, as I said it so very quickly and so very briefly and concisely. It may surprise you to know I'm not a fan of Destiny. I wonder what this technically counts as an instrument. Oh, he's gone. Let me. Hopefully he comes back again. I mean, I'm sure it's not just a bamboo flute. Wait, did you really miss it? You really miss my Destiny feels? You just skip back because I was very proud with how I just rolled off with that. It's just that's what I love. It's just straight passion. It just comes out. It goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. The way Sony is doing this year with the 4 big deep dive showcases, I can understand it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. Too long, don't read. Destiny sucks. So here we have. This is most likely going to be Ghost of Tsushima. PJ going to. Oh yeah, okay. You saw the random. Perfect. Perfect. They can scream cultural appropriation all they want. They're just full of shit and are looking to be offended by something. It's funny enough, before the SJW stuff got so crazy, back when Mafia 3 launched, and there was the controversial Irish mission in it that was supposed to offend Irish people, I actually made a video on it, saying how, no, history is history, I'm not going to be offended by something like that that has no bearing on it. Fun fact, look up, if you've never seen it from way, way back. That looks...
Temple's close.
No, I don't think that's in... Okay, there we go. Now we're swapping in-game. I was thinking that some of the stuff didn't look good enough. But if you go back and look for something like Mafia 3 has a controversial Irish mission, who cares? You'll see that... Why do people give a shit? That's all I can say. Now I know... When it comes to this game, this isn't a standard ancient hack and slash game. There's supposed to be some gimmick about this, isn't there? Something to do with devils or ghosts or demons or something.
Nobu, come.
Is his horse named Nobu? Blasphemy. Naming him after Nobunaga. Or maybe Nobu Uematsu. All the Nintendo fanboys are going to be screaming, oh, Zelda clone, Zelda clone. It's not how it works, fanboys. fact, I wish Zelda would clone this based on the graphics. Just like I said with Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Where are they?
Tenchu teams. That's not a bad one. We haven't seen a new Tenchu game in a long time. Absolutely loved the first one. Now, how is this going to go down? They're calling in more boys. Right through the heart. It feels like it might be a bit of a cross between... I don't remember who makes this particular game, but it seems like it might be a bit of a cross between... the Rocksteady style stuff and a little bit of Assassin's Creed.
You're impatient. Where's the monk?
The bastards beat me to him. Now they're torturing him at the temple.
Come on.
You think the monk's a hero?
We need him, Masako.
Oh, Sucker Punch make this, do they? Okay, that was it. I knew I couldn't remember. I forget the names of a lot of the first-party studios.
Remember Sago Bridge? We strike quietly, and they kill the monk.
With the exception of Naughty Dog and Quantic Dream, because they actually buy their games usually. Well, to an extent. I'm not a fan of a lot of the Sucker Punch games.
I'll guard the exits.
I haven't said that. Knowing my luck, I mixed them up. And Sucker Punch made Infamous, didn't they? I didn't like the Infamous games. And then you've got Sony Santa Monica. Or God of War. I don't like God of War.
Please, I do not understand.
It also looks a bit Batman-esque. Then again, that makes sense. I did say the Rocksteady stuff. Yeah, that's the like terror takedown. Through the wall. Stab through the heart, and no one's to blame.
We have to move.
A segment of E3, all focused on one game. Oh, that get me in the eye?
Masako!
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Run! If we fight, the Mongols win.
Oh, ho, ho.
They already won.
This is an epic battle right here. So this is where you get cut down, and the whole ghosts thing probably comes back up. For some reason I assumed there was a more paranormal nature to the game.
My friend.
Give me the monk.
This reminds me of Shenmue 2. The red leaves. Oh yeah, I well believe it. After this stream starting tomorrow, there will be a big influx of PS4s sold, for sure. Between The Last of Us, this, and Spider-Man,
Hear them coming?
possibly even Death
That's
Stranding.
our enemy.
Not to mention whatever else happens. Days Gone, third-party announcements, people wanting to get the most comprehensive console experience of certain games, like Call of Duty, FIFA. It's cool, everything's lighting on fire and all in the background. You see all the flaming arrows coming in. Will you do it? No. Weird. For some reason, I recall that in my mind from the last time it was shown as some sort of almost paranormal part in the game. Really? They're gonna focus a little bit more on the playroom? I mean, that thing that's been dead since after the first day of the PS4. This looks like a new reveal or a new announcement.
The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals. You can keep traveling deeper.
Inception, the game. Death Stranding demo experience. Yeah, that'll be quite the laugh. Of course, everyone's instantly going to suck his dick over it because it's Kojima. Not me though. Wait, is this Project 7? Is this the new Remedy game? Because this looks like Quantum Break. Is this Quantum Break 2? The aesthetic of the game looks like it too. That's a great cut right there. Control. Who's it made by? Yeah, it is. It's Remedy. It's Project 7. Nailed it. If I remember right, that is a multi-platform game, but of course they want to show it on here. Resident Evil 2. This is Resident Evil 2. That's my guess. This is Resident Evil 2. There's a PS1. Yeah, that noise. I'm telling you, that's what this is. With that PS1 that was there. I called this at the start. The start of the conference.
Putting you under arrest.
Because he has to be trying to wrestle with a zombie. Ripped a mouse or a rat.
Sir, I've got this. Officer, you need help? What are you doing? Get off! No!
It is. It's Resident Evil 2. told you. We need to show more than just that, though. Yep. Wow, Leon looks terrible.
Jesus Christ.
I realize it's work in progress, but Leon looks
Money's
terrible.
in my account. Always a pleasure.
Attention, all citizens. Due to the citywide outrage.
Give us some gameplay.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
It's funny, you can clearly tell it uses the
Whatever it
RE
takes to
engine.
save the city.
It looks exactly like
Surprised
7.
you made it this far.
Like the hair and whatnot.
Extraction.
This is what I was worried about.
Survival's your
It's a
responsibility.
third-person shooter.
God damn it.
Will you help me?
Of course. It's an impressive display of strength. But we never meant for this to
Why
happen.
is he wearing a fedora? Oh, lickers. They're super hardcore. Hey, that.
It's coming. It's coming back.
Give us a date. Give us a date. This is the first time we've seen it. Yes! January 25th, baby. Can't wait. And there's the T-103 as well. Oh, I can't wait. So hyped for that.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. So what do we got here? Yeah, they're pretty much killing them. They're pretty much killing them. But see, it's like I said in
From
some
Squatch Games and the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Oh no!
Hey, what's
Rick
up,
and Morty.
everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy, and we're here at E3 to take some looks at this new game I'm going to show you right now. Trover Saves the Universe. Let's give it a look.
But it's like I said in some of the previous videos, I can't give them super props, or I can't really give them anything as a big bonus for showing off a third-party game during their conference. As long as, well, a third-party multiplayer.
Look at me, I'm a cool cucumber over here playing this cool game.
Because that Resident Evil, oh, get wrecked. Resident Evil 2 remake is obviously going to be on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Somebody call 711 because that's the emergency dial number for this in this weird part of the galaxy. Because this is a sci-fi based thing. Help!
Yeah, this is just as unfunny as Rick and Morty. You can tell. You can really tell it's made by them. Notice it's debuting exclusively on PS4 and PSVR, so it's going to be coming to other stuff later. Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, it's a different trailer. I was going to be mad because I've seen the other trailer like 4 times today.
Why are you so happy?
Because we get to be pirates again.
Yep, you always did like this world.
Still, it's a real shame we don't have a bigger ship.
That looks a little bit out of place. Captain Jack. I still have to go back and actually play them now. Well, it actually has the likenesses of the real life characters. Or the real film characters. That's an interesting battle mechanic for this world. The Mind Snare, isn't that, oh, what's it called? Isn't that Ace Attorney? I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3, it's gonna be so good. And then, of course, since it comes out in February,
You back in the organization?
January?
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprising, isn't it?
Jack, don't you give
Since
this
it comes out
creep
in
the time of
January, I
day.
can't wait to play it in January of 2020
It's the code.
at 60 frames per second on PC.
Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship when said pirate offers to confabulate.
I'm looking.
That actually sounds a bit like Johnny Depp.
Get them!
And that's James Woods.
They have come for us.
Wait!
Oh no! Stop!
Farewell. Arendelle is safer with me staying up here.
Oh, it's funny. In the last conferences I did, where I streamed them, and they had Kingdom Hearts 3, and they played this song, it got acclaimed.
Collected enough screams and sadness from those children.
That sounds like Steve Bloom.
You're following her.
Maybe she's one of the
What a
7
fucking
kilowatt
Mike
souls.
Wazowski.
The new 7 hearts.
Now, set your heart free.
And at the end, you'll finally realize what destiny has in store for you. In fact, your reward might be right around the corner.
Hey, Axel.
Huh? Hey, liking the look. Got your hair, too.
She looks completely out of place next to him. Hey, look at all these generic Kingdom Hearts characters I don't recognize. I can't wait though. I'm gonna play all the Kingdom Hearts games all the way up until before that comes out. That's not good looking. 1.5 remix, 2.5 remix. I have both of them. 2.8. Oh, don't tell me they're gonna have like 2.9. Oh no, okay. All in one package, only on PS4. Oh, that's a dig on Microsoft, that is. Since Microsoft is getting Kingdom Hearts 3. Death Stranding.
Sam Porter Bridges,
Yes, this is, yeah, see?
the man who delivers. Tears.
I'm gonna turn up a little bit just for this.
So, you have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
I refuse to get hyped for this game because now, okay, this does look like gameplay, but until we actually see, I want to say proper gameplay, because walking around in an open world means nothing, especially if it's a Kojima open world, because Metal Gear Solid 5 was absolute trash. We need to see more than just walking around. I need to know more about it before I can talk about it properly. Because we don't know anything about it other than Kojima, which is automatically a negative in 2018. Carrying a body. Like, it looks nice. The game does look good. Especially here. I think this looks really good. This place is really nice. A big post-apocalyptic raining guy. The big rolling green hills don't really do it for me. I live in Ireland. I can walk 5 minutes in any direction and see that. This the guy Norman Reedus has like the worst job of being a postman ever. Hey, what's the saying in America? No, nor hail, no sleet, no snow, or something. Some sort of infection or something is taking over. It's like traveling up his arm or something. Manifesting. Big invisible beast. It's killing all the plant life around where it steps. She looks familiar. I'm pretty sure she's a real actress too. It's leaving. They're still safe. Something in the sky. There's like little invisible floating people there. They're gone now, but there was like 4 or 5 of them dotted across the sky.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches. But it can't wash everything away. Past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status?
Do we actually see something?
Beryllium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Typical
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
Oh, so that's why there were some craters out there when they were walking around.
I got an idea.
Obviously, it's still not explained. Oh, that exposed them. There they are. They're the big flying invisible guys. I've got to turn the camera. There's going to be one right in front of them. Okay, so Death Stranding. Here's the problem: we still know basically nothing about the gameplay.
Keeps the time fall away.
Did she just like eat a baby or something?
You're too late.
You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
I'm your mother. It's a Kojima game, so the baby he's delivering is probably himself to his mother, so he can be born and do something, because Kojima. So some of the stuff about that did look kind of decent. Graphically, it looked pretty good. The extra like enemies and possibly the hiding mechanic and all looked kind of weird and spooky and interesting. Still don't know enough about the gameplay to actually say anything about it, because apparently that's a good idea. But again, you're going to look online tomorrow and see people giving it a 29 out of 10 because it's Kojima. Now this is a Koei Tecmo game. What do we have from Koei Tecmo? There's no Dynasty Warriors. Is that other one that begins with O? Not Onimusha. That's Capcom. Oh, Neo 2. Okay. Wasn't thinking that whatsoever. Okay, so she did eat the baby, right? Fair enough. It's the Spectre Bond girl. Oh, wait a minute. Was she also the one that was in Mission Impossible? She was like super hot. Borderlands 3.
The raft is secure, but I can't reach them over radio. Their comms must be down. What's your status?
Already here.
Oh, it's Spider-Man. I wasn't expecting it to be Spider-Man, to be honest.
It was. Let's go. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
Love the optimism. But in my experience, when it looks bad, it's usually worse. Look out!
Was it Electro?
Yuri! I'm slipping! Hold on!
Good old Yuri Lowenthal as Spider-Man. My boy Yuri. Yeah, the out the window one. That's the one.
Welcome to the party. Just in time for the fireworks. Looks like we made parole, boys.
Hey, look, it's I know it's a Rocksteady game, but hey, look, it's the very start of Arkham Asylum.
Control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party. Everyone just quietly go back into your cells and lock the door behind you. Okay? Please?
I was expecting him to lock the door after he kicked him in there.
Get him down here! Like fish in a barrel. Catastrophic event detected. That doesn't sound.
I know a lot of people are going nuts for this game. It doesn't. I don't see it, to be honest. To me.
Oh, hi, Rhino.
Hope you like surprise, Spider.
Surprise? What is he talking about?
So who else is going to be the bad guy?
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I've put away in the last 8 years. No biggie.
Electro must be working for something.
Ho ho!
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
They're just going to try to show off as many as possible. They're not going to show off all of them, but they're going to show off a good few of them.
Charge him! Don't let up!
Lost you for a second there. You okay?
Not really. Electro Electro, Rhino, and now Scorpion are all on the loose. What's going on in the rest of the
This
prison?
seems like it would get very, I won't say tedious, but all the extra super cinematic shots seems like they'd get very out of place very fast, or very overused very fast. Now, they could not be like that in the main game. It could just be
Come on, Spider-Man. I thought this was
cinematic for the trailer.
Gotta stop this guy. If you tell me who you're working for, I'll go easy on you.
Can't stop it. But I'm flattered that you still try.
Nobody ever takes me up on that offer.
Go on, Spidey, get him.
Gotcha. Vulture.
Long time no see. We're going to have so much fun.
Except this vulture isn't like a heat.
Okay, I got the security cameras back online.
How's it look?
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped. That makes 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the loose.
So 5, we've got Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, and
I have to go. Some of them are heading to the city.
who's the other one?
This is nuts.
Well, we're probably about to find out. It's also probably the big super bad. Watch me, Dr. Doom.
Party's almost over.
Electro, stop!
How do you like my new suit?
Of course, the other guy's going to show up. It's going to tell you who it is now.
It's an exclusive club.
Yeah, the cool thing about this one is it's not tied to Marvel, like Avengers Cinematic Universe. Who is that guy? He's obviously the big bad, but I don't recognize him.
Remember, he said not to kill him.
Good idea. In
Not
fact,
to mention,
we don't have to do this at all if
he
you don't want
said.
to.
We definitely want to.
So who's the big guy controlling all 5 of these? Oh, Spider-Man got stunned. I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of him. Putting the boots to him, stomping a mud hole in him. Iron Man, I'm gonna save him.
You?
Oh no, okay, that's showing who the big bad guy is, but they didn't actually show it. So they've showed the 4 main games now. What else will they show? Maybe they'll just do a recap. Maybe it's over. Yeah, I think it might be over. They're doing a recap. Now there's some little fly buzzing around. Is that it? Are we over? Are we out? What's happening? Don't do this to us, Sony. Don't leave us like this. Well, that's an inopportune cut, possibly.
That was the PlayStation E3 showcase. A lot to take in. There was a ton of great worldwide studios titles. We actually got a little more to share here coming right up. We're going to have first live gameplay of Marvel's Spider-Man right here, just a couple of minutes. We have a new game to announce. We have some other stuff to talk about, too.
Okay.
What a show.
So we still have a little bit left to go.
Top highlights, go.
Oh, there's no time. Oh my
to be honest,
goodness,
I just want the
absolutely incredible. That color palette was insane.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with samurai movies?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just want the new game announcement.
I'm ready. Sucker punch. Thank you.
Because I need to go to bed.
Meredith.
Oh, Resident Evil 2. Come on,
Yeah.
RE2. That looked so good. I know a lot of us fans
We still
were
have-
waiting
we
for
still
that
have a few
one.
minutes left,
And there was like a moment where you're like, I'm not really sure I know what this is. And then as soon as he turned his head, I was like, yes.
And you get that,
Oh,
that
so good.
RE4 style over-the-shoulder camera action. It's kind of like the ultimate dream if they
Did
were
you
going to
notice
remake
they
Resident
said
Evil 2. That's what I would want.
Resident Evil 4
awesome
camera.
stuff.
They didn't say Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil
As
6
Meredith
camera.
said backstage,
They went with the Resident Evil 4
Death
camera.
Stranding. we now have more questions.
Yes, yes.
More questions.
More
But
questions.
it looks as if, I mean, I don't want to make any promises, but it looks as if we were getting kind of an allusion to a lot of gameplay in there and kind of what the character of Sam is going to be doing in this very unusual world that is inhabited by some very unusual and scary things.
Yeah, well, we still
people
need
consume
actual
strange and unusual
gameplay mechanics, not just walking around.
Babies continue to be a theme.
Yeah, that wasn't a myth.
Don't know what we're going to find out there, but yeah.
So a ton of great stuff in the
We
show
have to wait and
overall. I mean,
see.
Neo 2, that was a crowd pleaser. That was one that was great to see get out there. We got an update on Kingdom Hearts 3. We got a lot of other great stuff. We had a new Remedy game. Remedy's on the way. Control, really stylish trailer, really looking to I want to learn more about that one.
It's
I mean,
just
it
Quantum
looks
Break
like
with a girl
wizards and I don't know
on
what
multiplat.
but it was really stylish. I would expect no less from Remedy. But I got to say, I think my favorite was Marvel's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man looked
that was
incredible.
incredible. We have these legendary villains are back. We had Rhino, Electro, Vulture. I'm missing some. Who else were there? I mean, just one after another. That was Electro.
So many.
Spider-Man was not in a good space.
No, it was,
They
it was
don't
pretty
know
rough.
him.
It was pretty rough. So
It's like, yeah, we're
gonna see
cool, we're
live
hip, we
gameplay
like
of that
Spider-Man.
in just
We
a
don't know
minute
any
or
of the
two
villains.
here. But I say we actually take this moment to announce a new game. What do you think?
Do
okay,
it.
do it.
So nonchalant.
Don't worry, Paul. I'm trying to get myself.
Hits keep coming.
Yeah.
So you guys know From Software.
Absolutely.
I'm aware of them.
They have created a lot of great
It's
games over the year. Well, they have
probably
been busy working on a
Sekiro.
PlayStation VR game.
Oh, VR.
And it is
VR.
quite a departure from the kinds of games that we sort of know them for, but it's very, very interesting, and I'd like to see the first footage of that right now.
What should be like Eternal Ring or King's Field or something like this? New entry in the King's Field series. And yes, I'm trying to get myself Fallout 76 Collector's Edition. I'm going to be calling GameStop every single morning until they actually add it on the system. Tried this morning, they didn't have it.
Aren't you excited? You're going to be a fairy.
Fairy. Not what I imagine when I think of From
in the
Software.
world where time stands still.
I'm sitting hunched over because I'm trying to
When
talk to this.
nobody can
Killing
see
my
what
back.
you're up to ever again.
We need a little bit to go on here. Of course, the thing about it is no matter what they show here, people are going to buy this. Like, oh my god, PSVR is the future. From Software. Must be amazing by default. And you see, everyone, this is why you don't listen to any of the E3 leaks and demo lists and all this stuff. I can't read that.
Okay, Decine, that's
Decine.
From Software's new title coming to PlayStation VR. Quite a departure, very artistic. Still don't know a ton about how it actually plays yet, but certainly a compelling debut, I would say. And speaking of compelling,
I wouldn't go with
let's get to that Spider-Man. It is time.
We have some folks from Insomniac
We surely
here.
do.
Brian, Adam, gentlemen,
hey,
welcome to the program. It's so great to have you here. I just have to say, first of all, thank you guys for giving us your time.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Happy to be here.
And also, congratulations, kind of closing out some of the show there with Marvel Spider-Man. How does it feel?
It's surreal. We've been working on it for a while, so it's nice to be here.
Wait a minute.
And obviously, we showed you.
He said they're from Insomniac.
Villains, so we decided we'll give you a lot of villains. And,
Isn't
and the next question is,
Spider-Man Rocksteady?
Can we play the open world? And Adam's gonna show off the.
That's right.
Or maybe I was mixing them up. Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Sid,
maybe
what do you think?
Rocksteady have another game in production, and I just
we're gonna
got
boot
mixed
up the demo here, and this is essentially one of the first playable demos that you guys are going to be showing off.
Yeah,
of Spider-Man.
pretty much. So I mean, if you think about,
Go ahead, Adam.
Yes, the game is. You know, a lot of people are like, last year's E3 was like, well, was that like just a linear level? No, like that was our Manhattan, that's our New York City, and it just happens to be on like a main story.
Oh, nice.
But in between, like something like you saw on the raft, or we showed that.
He's trying to fix his mic at his back. It's brilliant.
You can just swing around New York City and have fun.
Let's go to that footage because we have it running here on the main monitor. We'll go to it in just a second.
Talk about a mic fail.
Yeah, this. Oh God.
This is great. I got my own little TV. This is perfect.
Yeah, I got it all.
Adam's doing a fantastic job so far. It's been really good.
So first of all, you're actually playing this right now.
Yeah. That's
right.
And I do want to emphasize how beautiful this game is.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, Brian, tell me a little bit about what you guys want to show us this evening.
So I think, the big thing is, again,
Yeah, it just looks like they said, hey, let's just copy Batman.
Fantasy is to swing around New York
Like
City
almost everything
and,
about it screams instant
not
copy
only
of
just a great
Batman.
story, but have a bunch of different activities in that world, and we want to, give people who attend E3 an opportunity to experience that. So, obviously it's a big narrative-driven experience, but at the same time, part of that superhero fantasy, especially that Spider-Man experience, is living within New York City and seeing that. So, Adam is he's one of our combat pro players because he's a combat designer, and again, he's just showing off some really awesome stuff. That
I'd probably be better than him. It's
as
fine.
you get better with the game, obviously, we wanted to have
he got hit.
play
He's
field, but at the
obviously
same
crap.
time have a level of mastery and to really show off the improvisation that we've really been talking about a lot since we announced the game.
I'm digging this, like sticking dudes to walls and to the floor and stuff. That looks really satisfying.
I mean, I think the thing that's been really fun in these last, I would say last 6 months since we got back from the holiday break was every week I feel like I'll take the game home or I'll be playing one night and then I'll come in and say, wow, guys, I didn't know you could do that. So I think there's a lot of that. There's that sandbox nature to it as well.
What is this, Assassin's
so,
Creed?
obviously you can, we have, we're going to teach you mechanics.
You jump up on somewhere, it spins around, you unlock the map,
his acrobatics,
you
his
see
webs,
a million
his
different
gadgets,
things everywhere.
his suit powers. So combining all that stuff really allows for a lot of different gameplay and a lot of, Spider-Man's a very expressive character, and we want players to be able to express that, whether it's in traversal or in combat.
It's gorgeous.
These animations, these animations are just blowing my mind.
Your studio has kind of been renowned for character animation and for, just fluid motion. I mean, did you guys take a lot of lessons from your previous games and really like hone in on those when you were
really?
developing?
I think animation's definitely been one of the hallmarks of our company, from Spyro to Ratchet to Sunset Overdrive.
Yep.
And I mean, I remember when the Sunset Overdrive reviews came out, one person actually wrote, it would be great to see Insomniac make a Spider-Man game, and I was like, see, we should make it.
And
Speaking of which,
your phone around
where
exactly,
is
we
our
took that kind of mentality, and we just
where's our
injected
medieval
our
footage?
Kind of our personality.
I want medieval footage on release
also,
date of the remake.
What do people want, desire from a Spider-Man experience? So, what was really great is I remember probably around the end of the year, end of last year, someone wrote an article about the top things they want to see in Spider-Man, and they said they want it to feel like an Insomniac game. So I think that's the thing we've been really layering on in this last year is to have that. It feels like an Insomniac game as much as it does.
I love how it says activate suit power. That's obviously something they're not going to show.
Just the fluidity of just moving over great distances very quickly. It looks like a lot of fun just moving around, and that's when you know you've got a great game.
Okay, so so how I kind of said like experimenting, but like. Sometimes, game development, we're in meetings a lot, and then sometimes you just need to like take a break. And what I used to find myself doing
maybe that
was
was
just
super.
Swinging around New York City. It was almost like therapeutic. It's just kind of like when I play other games, I just walking or running or even taking a car. It feels so more natural now just to swing around like Spider-Man. So it's definitely one of those things that has that, again, just like combat, that pick and play feel, but we want players to have a level of mastery as they play and get
What
better.
was that? Hold on a second.
Okay.
Very interesting what you're saying.
This guy's
So like
getting
I
wrecked.
said, so Adam showed off, I think he showed off the tripwire. It's basically a gadget that you can either attach to
What's been announced so far, Kai? Well, there
rammed
is
and
Neo
sucked back,
2.
but you can
They
also
showed
attach it
off
to
Resident
an
Evil 2
enemy, and
remake.
if an
They
enemy
showed
walks
off
by, they kind
some
of slam
Death
into each other.
Stranding.
That is amazing. This is so cool.
half
What's this
pseudo
focus meter
gameplay, we'll
about?
call it.
So
It was
the
just
focus
walking
meters
around
are
the in-game
basically,
world.
there's kind of a risk reward. As you build focus, you can use it to heal.
Sid's having a religious
It just looks incredible.
There's a
Okay,
new,
thank you.
really
The team
weird
works
From
really, really hard on it.
Software
Really,
first-person
really hard.
VR
The
game.
focus is kind of a way to...
That's not like
it's a
Dark
risk reward,
Souls or
like I
anything
said,
at
you
all.
can either heal yourself, or you can kind
Yeah,
of,
they showed the
if
Resident
you
Evil
get
2
built
remake.
yourself the bar
There's
a certain
only
way,
like
you
a
can actually
couple
pull
of
up the finish
seconds of
line.
actual
So,
game footage in it. Like
as you
literally
play the game,
3 or
you kinda
4
say, well,
seconds
do I
total
want
over
to
the entire trailer.
maybe heal myself real quick, or do I
But
want
they
to wait for
did
that really
talk about it a
extravagant
little bit and
move to
show it
kinda
a little
take
bit.
the guy out instantly?
And they gave a release date for it as well. It's out in January.
Obviously, Spidey has, as with his experience being under the mask for so many years now.
What else is there?
Thank
I
you.
feel like
You
there's
gotta be
one other
precise.
one I
I got
missed.
it.
They showed off Ghost of
One of the first questions I
Tsushima.
get is like,
They
is
showed
it an
off The
orange
Last
store?
of
I'm
Us
like,
Part 2.
I was
No
like,
release date.
after we decided that the web
No
were definitely attached to the
Borderlands.
buildings, we
No
decided
Final
not to
Fantasy
be an orange
7.
story.
But
They
you know, back to the
showed
combat, I mean,
Kingdom Hearts
Spidey's
3, but we
experience,
already
he
know
has
all about
access to a
that.
lot of
They showed a little bit new
techniques,
stuff, but
technologies.
we know the
How do you
release
balance
date
out
and
his
whatnot.
experience with the fact that you don't want to overwhelm the player with
I think that's it.
options, right?
That
You want to make it approachable.
You know, I really
obviously
that,
they're
that
showing
comes down to
Spider-Man and
our
whatnot.
combat team, our
They've
traversal
been
team,
going
like
big
our
with that.
like Adam, and really going, okay, you know, kind of.
I think that's
planning that
everything.
stuff out over the course
I could
of the
be,
game,
I could
you know,
be
finding
forgetting
the
something or
right
missing
spots where
something. Oh yeah, the
kind
new
of, okay,
Remedy game.
we're gonna teach you how
Yeah, it's
to
called
punch and how to
Control.
kick and
It's
how
the
to
one
punch
that's
guys
been
up in
like
the air,
teased
use
as
your web.
Project 7.
Then we layer on things like
But
gadgets.
what
and then
happened
suits,
is,
powers. And
if
it's
you
just-
look
it's
at
kind of
it,
giving
if you
over
look
time.
at
We just,
Control,
you know, one thing with
it's
something like
basically
E3, you know, we want you to feel
just
great, right? But
Quantum
there's a lot
Break
to learn really
on
quickly.
multiplat with
So
a female
we
protagonist.
Just, you know, normal course development.
It'd probably
we kind of
still be
find those
decent.
spots in the game where it makes most sense to teach those mechanics. And
Just
then
hopefully it's
as
better
the game
than
goes
Quantum
on, we
Break.
want you to master those because the game's only going to get harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Sid, what do you
go
think?
shout
I
at
gotta
YouTube
say, this game
if
is
they don't
looking
want to
absolutely
give you proper
gorgeous.
notifications
This is,
because
I mean, this is just.
well,
I mean, it was looking.
they like to say
spectacular
that
to
they're
begin with, but this is
doing
on a
all
totally
these
different
things
level.
that not
and I can just see
notify
that
people
I can
despite
see
having
that polish,
subscriptions
though.
and
That's the
whatnot.
thing, and that's what comes out.
YouTube in
of that final few
2018, am
months
I
of
right?
development.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys watched the press conference, right?
Sure.
You saw all those games, those first-party games, and they all have a level of polish. And to be in a press conference with the likes of a Naughty Dog, a Sucker Punch, Kojima Productions, just we are very honored to be, and we know there's a certain level of polish that people expect from a PlayStation game, especially a first-party game. So
Oh, from a PlayStation game, what a dig!
Well,
and not to mention also from the Marvel, Marvel
Of
fans
course.
expect to have that perfect experience.
Of course.
May I just ask real quickly, as we're starting to wind down here, from a personal perspective, I mean, what's it like for you and for the team to be able to kind of look up at the big screen and see your game after all that time, all that work?
I'm known as a crier, so it takes a lot for me not to get choked up. Like right now, they're playing the theme song to the game in the background as we're sitting here, and I mean, this is an amazing industry, and to be part of it is one thing, but to work on something
look, he's
you
sucking.
love is
He's
something
missing the
that
bomb.
When you were a little kid, thinking, "Oh my God, could I ever work on a Spider-Man game?" Let alone be in video games, is just absolutely surreal. I use that word a lot when I describe working on this game, and to work with a group like Sony and work with Marvel, and that feeling is felt by so many Insomniacs. So we couldn't be prouder, and the support we've gotten across the board, not only from Sony, Marvel, but also the fans.
Ultimate level.
Brian, it just looks incredible. I mean, there's no other word for it. And
you're flabbergasted.
I really am. It's stunning. I mean, just look at that. How can you not be blown
Yeah,
away by
it's
that?
basically
but we do have a limited amount of time here, Brian. You're an industry
Spider-Man
veteran.
version
You've been in the
of
industry for a long time. I know
Batman.
this is a lifelong dream for you working
Yes, it
on
is.
this game. And I want to thank you and Insomniac for making it.
Thank you for having us.
And for coming
thank you
by
for
as
being
well.
here. Spider-Man was so awesome that it broke my mic, and I have to use the stick.
I thought you just wanted to look different from all of us.
Yeah, I just wanted to
At least
stand
he's
out a little bit.
making light
But
of it.
Sid, actually, I think a little earlier we were able to maybe get some footage of some of the amazing experiential stuff that's going on with Spider-Man.
I mean, there really is something incredible going on here at this PlayStation E3 showcase. I mean, it's on a scale and a scope that we have just never seen before, and so we have people here that are playing the game. We have a lot of hands-on sessions for folks that are here for the showcase, And the game looks great, but I just love the way this whole. Oh, I know that. I know her.
Oh,
I know her.
There's familiar faces popping up on the stream.
But I mean, it's a great,
it's
great
funny.
event.
I understand
here,
why everything is Sony, because obviously it's Sony headphones, Sony TVs and whatnot. But if they really wanted to show it off properly, they wouldn't use a Sony TV.
Another game we're about to talk about.
Yeah, we're about to talk about Ghost of Tsushima.
Why don't you? Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
We have some. We sneakily snuck on a few amazing people onto our program as a helicopter goes by to mark this amazing moment. Nate Fox and Jason Connell to my left and Nate Fox. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you so much for coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. It's really good for you to be here, and I'm so glad you're able to give us some of your time. Can I just ask, kind of what we were just talking about with the team from Insomniac, what's it like for you as individuals and as developers to be able to kind of be a part of all of this?
It's amazing. I mean, you try so hard to make a video game that you can get lost in, and then to come to E3 where they actually build your game.
They need to wind this down.
Kind of a dream come true that way.
I need to go to sleep.
How about you?
Oh man,
but I don't want to miss anything.
It's amazing. You know, people are excited. You know, you see all the other projects, and everybody's just stoked about all the different games that are up there. And you know, we put a lot of heart and soul into it. So it's just that moment where it shows it is just great. So
I think we should show it because we have some of the footage.
I think we do have a little bit of footage hanging around here. So let's check it out. If we can
absolutely. Hanging around.
Same stuff they showed earlier.
It's just doing its thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this game, first of all, just gorgeous. I mean, the art direction is really coming through in an incredible way, but also the technical sophistication as well. I mean, we're going to see here in a minute.
It's the same pattern from earlier.
We have some highlights from the showcase just shown off for the first time.
Later, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. You know,
I mean, this is gorgeous.
Shooting the shit. Hopefully, there was some enjoyable stuff on there for you. Hopefully, it made it worth it.
I don't know, Nate or Jason, who wants to take this, but it seems like in these moments of gameplay,
it wasn't a complete waste to stay up this late.
Samurai film. In which you
I have a feeling there's going to be no more actual proper interesting stuff here. It's just going to be little bits of demos and showcases and whatnot. But
harmony. I mean, that must all be.
I'm already up this late. I might as well get the last couple of minutes.
It is an orchestra. You know, like you got to take all these elements, and for even that opening attack, that EI attack, it's about building space before it, having the leads go by, to drum up the music beforehand, and that's what makes it really powerful.
How do you coordinate?
They're probably holding off to some other point.
You know, we run in strike teams. You know, we've got a lot of multidisciplinary, awesome people working on it. So
yeah, but I mean. You watch
really hoping to come out this year.
I mean, that's the real answer, actually.
Yeah. I mean, there's that quiet before the storm. It's pretty key to the genre, so just trying to make it real in a video game is our goal.
And I know that authenticity is something that's tremendously important to your entire studio in this game. Do you want to share a little bit about some of the steps, the great steps that your team
Here it is. Here's the Batman
yeah, you know, I feel like
thing they stole as well.
Because, you know,
with their
part
terror
Sony,
takedown.
we have J Studio, we have somebody that would be a producer on our project from J Studio.
Cool. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. It's going to just basically recap stuff we already know. Show off a little bit extra.
Help us create this
talk
thing.
about a little bit extra.
Screen. That one's a popular one.
This knocked me
Sorry
off.
to interrupt.
No, this is interrupt worthy right there.
So can we talk a little bit maybe about how you're approaching the sword play? I think that's a really interesting concept here. Like, you don't have to get too far into it. I know the game's still deep in development, but tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're going for lethal precision, where there's not a lot of wasted energy. It's very trained experts, and so every strike, could end a life. So you want to make sure that each one counts. I mean, right now we're allowing these characters to kind of
it's like Bushido
each
blade.
other and talk
Every
to each
strike
other
counts.
Because it's not just kind of a furball, right? It's studying kendo. We've brought in experts to kind of show us how to do it.
And it shows.
It looks like maybe your team spent 400 years making this one scene. I mean, that's the thing that I would like our audience to remember, is that every leaf, every flicker of flame has to be hand-placed by someone at some point in time, unless you had a giant machine AI do it all by itself.
Maybe, I don't know. We have a great team.
They used my computer as an AI. Since my computer destroys
lethal combat, that was the goal. Like having the visceral combat. That was our goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great to have you guys here. We do have a few more things to get to, right, Sid?
We do. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you guys. No, thank you for being a part of it.
Still have a few more things.
Ghost of Tsushima looking mighty, mighty impressive. And
should we look at some of that stuff?
Yeah, so there's a whole experience here built out for folks who are here at the
I think
PlayStation E3 showcase.
the extra things they're going to talk about and show about.
There we go. Look at this. So this was. This was that period of time. I know some of these people. This is the period of time when earlier on, when we had that intermission, we had to make a little bit of time for folks to walk from one part of the experience to the next. So you're seeing shots of that right now. Very just special, intimate, and beautiful experience
gorgeous.
for folks to walk through there. Again, I wish we could just open the doors for 10 million people to come in here and just kind of get this all up close and personal.
10 million people might be a little more than than this venue can handle.
That's right. The fire marshal may have an issue or two with that, but it really is something else.
It's all right. Just bring me over. It'll be fine.
Give you a little bit of a taste.
I'll actually
get it done in store here tonight at the PlayStation E3 showcase.
And Sid, we sneakily got a few more folks in here to join us for our program. Again, I know, and specifically to talk about those little interstitials that we were seeing during our showcase. And it's my great pleasure to introduce the Media Molecule.
Hi.
Matching
I forgot these guys even existed.
Matchy.
Mainly because every game they make is shiny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is our great pleasure. I want to point out, and correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't like the
little interstitials we were seeing were all created inside Dreams.
Yeah, I was going to say under a new game.
We had no idea what they were going to be showing with the games.
Paper
so Resident Evil, and then we get to do a little trumpet.
The little celeries, and then it's Death Stranding.
No greater wine pairing than the Resident Evil and the fart trumpet.
There we go.
Truly.
I mean, and we had the final word, right? The orange drummer. We need to give these guys names. If any of your viewers want to name our fruit, that would be awesome.
That'd be great. But yeah, it was really fun because like the thing about Dreams is it's really fast to create these little sort of stories and games. And so when we got the opportunity to do something fun for the press conference, it just felt like...
Quite frankly, it's
like, oh, reconnected automatically.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. I like the way it comes back automatically.
That's
cool. I noticed a little bit of a stream delay.
Perform a 15-minute live gig. I don't think anyone knows about this. Even the people out there in the garden haven't realized yet.
We're spoiling it for the folks at home.
Yeah, man, it's
spoiler
alert. And I just want to point out is the footage that the folks at home are seeing right now. The seamless nature of the kind of create and the play, functionality of Dreams it cannot be overstated.
Yeah, I mean it's super easy. Even if you don't think that you're a game creator, even if you've never thought about game
designing. So it's basically just a 3D version of Little Big Planet.
You can do this. If you can play a platform game, if you can play our story, then you can do this. You can create your own, you can upload, and then you can share incredible levels in like 10 minutes. We're doing a demo this week at E3 where we create gameplay for a whole level in like 20 minutes, including music. You can compose your own music.
Awesome.
You can do the gameplay. You can animate. You can record voiceovers. The whole thing on a PlayStation.
And just to clarify, sorry to interrupt, is this 2 people both playing at once?
Yeah, it's co-op, so we're showing the co-op gameplay.
Multiple controllers, you can jam together, and it's quite funny because one of you can be testing and then another one can be getting the jump height right or whatever it is.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
I just love Dreams, and I literally haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, well, come over.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
But the idea really has been like what you're seeing is really this easy nature of just like picking and placing, because I think one of the things that sometimes people get scared of like the idea of the blank canvas, but actually what I love about Dreams is it's just this idea of just choice. Like every day people make choices.
Give it a go and give it a run through and show what it actually looks like to play.
And Dreams is very like that. All you're really doing is like here you're seeing like this sort of Instagram effect. You can take a scene and be able to very quickly change it so that it looks really different, and you're adding your own mark.
And then the pièce de résistance is that all of this stuff which gets made gets uploaded, and if you just want to sit back on your sofa and enjoy an unending stream of madness of the PlayStation 4 players' creations, you can, and we sort of present it to you in a stream of who knows what it's going to be like. I mean, that's what's so exciting. The beta is coming this year, so we will be starting to see what the creativity of PlayStation gamers really means for Dreams.
That's excellent. Beta coming this year for Dreams.
That's right.
Yes. And I've said this before. I'll say it again about Dreams. In my maybe 20 years of being in the industry, I've never seen anything so
thank you.
Just innovative and progressive, and just potentially just.
They're using all the buzzwords: innovative, creative,
I mean, this must
progressive.
Have been an absolute labor of love.
You might as well throw in roguelike and procedurally generated while you're at it.
Big cheers to the team. We've gone mad. Big cheers to the team back home, because people really put their hearts and souls souls into dreams,
Yeah.
to really get it to the point where you are moving between these different disciplines. And right now we have a studio that jams together in a way they've never jammed together before.
Yeah.
We have like musicians actually just jamming with animators to actually make animation. And I think that's one of the things we're really starting to see is these different workflows. And that just, you know, that's been one of the things we've really wanted to get that right. So can't wait to see like people create all different types of genres of games and really almost like just come up with completely new ways of playing. I think
yeah, I mean, we're showing some of that E3. Liam made a text adventure, and we're like, what? You can do a text? I didn't even know you could do that. Wow. I mean, that's like
that's amazing.
I know, yeah.
I mean, we saw what the community did with Little Big Planet.
Right. Yeah.
And now imagine if you just like by a Googleplex multiply the functionality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like so raise it to the millionth power.
Specifically that.
It's unbelievable, and I want to thank both of you for coming by. And congratulations.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
So what are we going to have next? Is it going to be Druckmann?
I can't wait to see more.
Or is it going to be Kojima?
For more on the gig later on.
All right.
Thank you guys.
We're hearing more.
And Sid, I think we had a couple of VR games.
We
did.
You
know,
still at it.
Earlier this.
We did.
Evening.
We had Trover Saves the Universe, which was announced during the showcase, and we had some great stuff. Tetris Effect.
The Trover Saves the Universe thing. If you like terrible shows like Rick and Morty, you will like this because it's made by the terrible people that make Rick and Morty. Damn it, stream, don't do this to me. Buffer for a second, we need a gear. Oh, that's not good. We're getting a buffer. We are getting a buffer. Let's drop it down just for safety. Wow, I think my browser's crashing. I think my browser's just completely crashing. We'll give it a second. We dropped the quality down anyway, just to... You know what we'll do? Let me refresh it, boot it right back up. Go away, chat. Okay, we're back. We're back. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I give zero fucks about Ubisoft and anything they could put out. Obviously I've been streaming this the entire time, so I haven't got a chance to see if there's been any update on the situation with everyone else. But I'm going to check Twitter after this and then go to bed. Well, I'm going to, as soon as this ends, I'll get into bed with Twitter, and that's when I'll figure it all out. I always forget Superhot as a game. I kind of want Superhot VR, but I don't want to pay the money they ask for it. Doesn't seem like it's worth it.
If you're going to block out the sun, the least you could do is fetch me some coolant.
What was that, Job Simulator or something like that?
Now it's just a taste of what
it has to be done, you know?
PlayStation
what
VR,
am I going to do?
And,
have Twitter before bed? Come on.
Creed, Rise to
I'm a
Power,
multitasker.
Boxing game using 2 moves on VR. One of the most intoxicating experiences I've had in VR. It almost felt like boxing is like the perfect fit for the VR medium because you got the leaning, you can dodge.
Oh gosh,
I'm going all over
the
here.
It's one of the things that actually does work
for a second.
VR.
I have to give a quick shout out to Bathtub Guy. I mean, let's just
he wasn't
funny. For Bathtub Guy. I hope that 711 gets him really quickly.
711
Squanch.
Yeah. And also remember, you know, earlier in the week, you know, Ben Studio gave us another look at Days Gone and their release date.
They did.
February 22nd.
Outstanding.
February 22nd, the same
let's talk a little bit about
day
the venue
as
we've got
every
here.
other game. You know what would be really funny? What really needs to happen is Rockstar need to delay Red Dead Redemption 2 until February 22nd. Just so everyone else can move their games away, because everyone was afraid of Red Dead Redemption 2. And then that would be hilarious. I don't know how much longer I can go through this. I mean, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for this kind of stuff they're showing. I mean, I expect them to show
just a really cool look there at what it took to create this experience here tonight, and thank you to everybody who was involved.
Demonstrations where they're sitting here with people talking about their games.
But we're just getting started here, actually. This is still, we have a lot more to come this week.
Oh, this okay.
We are here at the showcase. We're seeing a little footage of that right now. But tomorrow, we are going to move to the LA Convention Center and E3 proper, where...
At live.playstation.com?
Well, I mean,
in Los Angeles?
I watched that.
I didn't know what I was supposed to say.
PlayStation Live from E3.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You know the thing you worked on.
Yeah, the thing that I worked on, but I didn't know what the question was.
GG, ball guy.
Yeah, you got a lot of great games, a lot of great guests.
Content.
Want to apologize to all the crew, but I appreciate all the help that they're going to put us on. But yeah, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, that's on Tuesday. We're going to be
I think this is the end of it. Let's see. Right, we've got Spyro, Days Gone,
here's a schedule. Okay,
Hitman, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2 is there as well, Neo 2, Anthem,
people are going to be into
Days
that.
Gone,
Concrete Genie. I'm actually really excited to get a little closer look at that one too.
More Marvel Spider-Man, Kingdom Hearts, Resident
Evil 2.
Nothing
crazy.
If it was amazing,
I mean, there's just
and
panels,
potentially
that's
on
nice.
the showcase this evening, chances are we're going to take a look at it again tomorrow and Wednesday.
A deeper, closer look at it.
A deeper, closer look.
Death Stranding panel.
That's right.
Resident Evil 2, that's where it is.
More questions.
And let's take a look at Wednesday while we're at it here. We've got a lot going on Wednesday, starting off with a lot of VR.
Quickly.
Yes, so starting at 10 a.m. Pacific on Wednesday morning, you are going to see over an hour of
Control,
PlayStation VR
Days
content.
Gone.
Again, we are going to go rapid fire on that, so hosts, please be prepared.
Piece of shit 2,
about
piece of
Tetris
shit
Effect,
expansion.
Ghost Giant, Creed, Vacation
Kojima, Death
Simulator.
That's a fun one.
Last of Us Part 2.
And Firewall 0 Hour. There is a lot to look at. And then, of course, leading through the rest of the day all the way till 5 p.m., we have a ton of great games coming up, amazing interviews.
We won't see this kind of stuff, of course, but
at home. Again, you can
everyone will be visiting their favorite websites and getting all the stuff and getting all their info from there.
Or
Twitch.tv/PlayStation or YouTube.com/PlayStation. Don't make me go through the whole list.
Just remember to not visit IGN or Eurogamer or Polygon or Social Justice Warrior Blog Taku.
Watch the PlayStation E3 showcase, whether you were in your home, on your phone, or in a theater somewhere in the United States, Latin America, or Canada. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my God, it's actually over. What does it mean? What does it mean? I love the way they have the Marvel thing at the bottom. Yeah, we'll give it a second. Very disappointed. No release date with The Last of Us Part 2. I was hoping it would release this year, but oh well. It's funny how during the Last of Us Part 2 thing that we could basically guess what was going on, because Neil Druckmann is actually a hack, believe it or not. But still, gameplay would be quality. Oh, Fist of the North Star. I don't know what that game is. Some indie game. Fortnite, maybe. Days Gone. Control. I think that's it. I think it might finally be over. Oh, what? We still have some more to go. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's the twin memory or twin something. Not Twin Peaks, Two Minds, maybe? The Don't-Nod game. Don't-Nod game. That's the other VR. Yeah, the other VR game where you scared the shit out of the cat. I don't know what that is. I don't think it showed that off.
Looking good, bud.
Resident Evil 2. Kingdom Hearts 3. Spider-Man. Oh, could it be over? It is. It's finally over. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, the footage captured from a PS4 Pro system, a PlayStation 4, or a PC. Okay, so it did cover it anyway. So that's it for the very late night Sony PlayStation conference. What did we have overall? We had some good stuff. We had some stuff that was expected, some stuff that was unexpected. I know while it didn't interest me at all, Neo 2 was certainly unexpected. The Last of Us Part 2 we saw a bit more of. Unfortunately, there was no release date on that, which kind of killed me. We had some Death Stranding, I use the term very loosely, gameplay, because it was just walking around the world and whatnot, all the usual stuff. They didn't actually show any proper gameplay. Because let's face it, you can show any game in the world and just walk around in it and call it gameplay. Doesn't really make it proper gameplay. What else was there? Kingdom Hearts 3. We've seen Control for the first time, aka Project 7, aka Remedy's new game. And that's really it for the important stuff. Ghosts of Tsushima. I was going to call it Goats of Tsushima. Death Stranding. We didn't really see anything important for Days Gone this time. And that's about it. Overall, decent conference. I wasn't expecting many new huge first party or exclusive announcements. We just saw a lot of third party stuff, really. What is this? Top 10 E3 that's I think that's Cyberpunk 2077. And that's basically it. There's not really much to say. So I know I'm going to get to bed because it is nearly 4 in the morning here, and I still have to read the last couple of hours of Twitter of everyone crying because Ubisoft are a bunch of, well, fuckheads, you know, because Ubisoft. So hopefully there was something in this that you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I managed to, well, I won't say I managed to, but hopefully, let's put it a better way. Hopefully the stream managed to drown out my boredom, not my boredom, but my boringness. And hopefully the stream was more entertaining than myself. So, as usual, I want to thank you guys for joining the chat. Paul, Kai, the usual. Whoever else is here too, dropping in and out, watching this on demand much later on, whenever it is, whatever it is, for whatever reason. You guys make this what it is, because other than that, I'm sitting here talking to myself about a stream. And, I mean, let's face it, I could just sit here and watch it by myself. But I don't do that. I like to share all this shit. So, I see you guys next on whatever. I will be streaming the Nintendo conference tomorrow. I think it's at about 6 p.m. my time tomorrow. Check your local listings and whatnot. Or just hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Hopefully YouTube will send you the notifications for whenever it does go live. But it's YouTube in current year, so don't bank on that. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll catch up on whatever, and whatever happens overnight, and whatever news and all that comes up, more details will obviously be put out about all these games. I'm rambling because I'm so fucking tired, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Peace.